Hi everyone and welcome back to Maths and Physics with Mr. Simons. Today's lesson on grade 8 and 9 whole numbers. We're looking at simplifying a ratio and simply increasing and decreasing in the ratio. Division ratio I've done as a separate video. So follow. This is also a question we like to ask in exam. Alright, so write the ratio in the simplest form. That's normally what the instruction says. So there they've given the ratio 1854, 18 and 66, 45 meters and 75 meters. Alright. So we have to, in theory, find the lowest value that divides in 18 and 54. So there 18 divided by 18 gives me 1 and 54 divided by 18 gives me 1 over 3. Right, now there is in theory that you can use a calculator, but if you don't show this process, don't show this process, we technically can't give you the mark, right? But if you press 18 divided by 54 on your calculator, you press S to D on the Casio, it will give you 1 over 3, which is the ratio 1 to 3. If we look at the second one, we have 18 and 66, all right? So 18 divides in 18, but 18 don't divide in 66. So to find the lowest number that can divide into 18, so therefore 18 divided by 6 gives me 3, and 66 divided by 6 gives me 11. So therefore my ratio is 3 to 11. 3 can't go in 11, so therefore that's in its simplest form. Take 45 meters and 75. 45 can't go in both, but you should know that 15 can divide in 45 3 times, and 15 can then divide in 75. 75 divided by 15 gives me 5, so therefore 3 to 5. Right, so this is all testing whether you know your timetables or not. Now when we want to make it more complex, you see number 4, I gave you 1 meter and I gave you 40 centimeters. So the only way to solve this is it must read centimeters and centimeters. So we assume, you know, there's 100 centimeters in every 1 meter. So I'm going to change meters to centimeters by saying 1 times 100, which gives me 100 centimeters. So my ratio 100 centimeters to 40 centimeters. Value that can go in 100 and into 40 is 20. So 100 divided by 20 gives me 5. 40 divided by 20 gives me 2. So my ratio 5 is to 2. I know that's the simplest form because 2 can go in 2, but 2 can't go into 5. Right, number 5, we gave you 4,8 kgs and 480 grams. So again, this must read grams and grams, or kgs and kgs. Right, now kilo, the word K simply means 1,000. So therefore I know to change this to grams, it becomes 4,8 times 1,000. Because 1,000 grams equal 1 kg. It gives me 4,800 grams to 480 grams. So to simplify it, 4,800 divided by 240 gives me 20. And 480 divided by 240 gives me 2. That I can simplify further to 1 is to 10. Right, which I haven't done here, but yeah, it's not simplest form. So you can go do that. So 2 goes in 2 ones, 2 goes in 20, 10 times. So oversight on my side, just to show you can make an error. Alright. So end of the day, this is big division. So if you want to, you could have just pressed on your calculator for 480 divided by 4,800. Always put the smallest over the biggest value. And your calculator would then give you 1 over 10, which is then your simplest ratio. Then from there, you can work back by how much I have to divide to get to 1. So there 480 divided by 480 and 4,800 divided by 480. That is how I would get 1 is to 10. Take number 6. I have 35 over 210, which is the same as saying 35 to 210. All right. Now, lowest value or biggest value that divide in 35 and 210. 35 divided by 35 gives me 1. 210 divided by 35 is 6. So my ratio becomes 1 to 6. Or I can write it as 1 over 6. So that's simplifying ratio. Now let's look at dividing or increasing and decreasing in ratio. Right, so increase 16 in the ratio 2 to 5. So this process is relatively simple. With enough practice, you should be able to get it. So when I increase, I always take the biggest value of the ratio, put that on top, and the lowest value at the bottom. So here, increase, the biggest value is 5. So therefore, I say 16 times 5 over 2. That means 16 times 5, which is 90, 80 divided by 2, then gives me 40. So if I increase 16 in that ratio, it becomes 40. So increase 45 in a ratio 9 to 5. As you can see, 9 is my biggest value, 5 the smallest. So in the fraction, 9 goes on top and 5 goes at the bottom. So that becomes 45 times 9 divided by 5, which then simplifies to 81. Alright, so I hope you understand that process. So increasing, biggest value on top, lowest value at the bottom. Now we do decrease. Decrease 78 in the ratio 3 is to 2. We're going to choose the lowest value goes on top and the biggest value at the bottom. So therefore this becomes 78 times 2 divided by 3, which then simplifies to 78 times 2 on top divided by 3. Please, it's not 78 times 2 and 78 times 3. I only have 178. So 78 times 2 divided by 3 then gives me 52. Say decrease 135 in a ratio 9 to 4. 4 is the smallest of 4 and 9. So therefore 4 goes on top and 9 goes at the bottom. So it simply becomes 135 times 4 divided by 9, which gives me 400, 520, 540 divided by 9, which then gives me 60. Right, so therefore I've decreased those two values. Say decrease, you see there 52 is less than 78 and 60 is less than 135. Right, I hope this lesson brings value to you and you continue practicing. God bless. Bye.